In this session, you're going to learn a process that you can follow to determine how difficult it will be to compete for any given keyword. Now, it's very important to go through this process before trying to rank for a keyword because you don't want to waste your time and energy trying to rank for keywords that might be out of your reach. Now, this process will help you uncover the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. So you'll be finding keywords that have good volume but low competition. So the chances are that your competitors, and by competitors what I mean is websites that are ranking well for the keyword that you would like to rank for, those competitors have done a good deal of work to get there. By taking a look at what they've been up to, we can get an idea of how difficult it'll be to compete with them. Now, most of us have used tools like Alexa, and they can give a good general overview of a site's authority, but they aren't too helpful for SEO. So what we need is to find specific authority for a given keyword, whereas Alexa is an overall estimation of a site's popularity. So I'm going to walk you through a process right now that will make it very clear which keywords are going to be easy to rank for and which keywords you might need to avoid until you've built up some more authority. So the first thing to do is to open up the Google Keyword Tool. Also, open up a spreadsheet. So I'm going to use the example of tea. Now, when I search for tea, we're seeing local monthly searches and competition. What I want to do is try a few more long tails. So here we have tea, and green tea health benefits. 3 keywords that I'd like to look at and see which ones might be more difficult to rank for. So the first thing to do is to take these keywords and paste them into your spreadsheet. The next thing to do is to take the searches and paste those into your spreadsheet. Now here's where we're going to be able to find out about the competitiveness of these keywords. And you're going to use an advanced search operator called InTitle and another one called InAnchor. So the way to do this search is to type InTitle : and then in quotes the keyword. After that, you type and InAnchor : and then in quotes the keyword again. So let's do this search for the first keyword, which was tea. Now what this is showing us is all the websites that Google knows about that has the keyword tea both in the page title and in at least one link coming back to them. So that means that somebody had linked to them with the keyword tea in that anchor text. So by looking at this, we're seeing how many results Google knows about that are people who are most likely doing active SEO to try to rank for this keyword. So the step to do is to take this number right here, how many results Google has, copy it, and paste it into your spreadsheet. Now we're going to make a simple function to give us somewhat of a difficulty scale that we can use. And all we're going to do here is to divide the competition by the searches. So I'll create a simple function here. So I'm doing competition divided by searches. Accept. So that gives us a difficulty of 435. Now this is an arbitrary number, but it's based off the data that we've given this. So let's go ahead and do this for the other keywords now. Now, as you can see, green tea has fewer results and is likely going to be less competitive. So we'll paste that in here. And then I'll paste the function here as well. So that only gave us an index of 25. So obviously green tea is going to be a lot easier to rank for than the keyword tea. Next up, let's do green tea health benefits. Now we're down to almost 4,500, so that's pretty good. And that one has a difficulty of 2.7. So as you can see, as the keyword gets longer and more specific, the searches go down, but the competition drops drastically. So let's try this for one or two more keywords to get an idea of how difficult it'll be to rank for those. So let's go back to the keyword tool and scroll down and pick a keyword. Let's do decaffeinated green tea. Now this keyword has 590 searches. Now let's see what the competition looks like. A little under 4,000. Paste that here. Copy the formula. 6.3, so that's actually more competitive than green tea health benefits. Now, if you can look here, it's interesting because even though there's fewer people competing for the keyword, the searches are so low that from a value perspective, it might not be worth going after because sure, it's going to be less difficult, but the traffic is so low that, again, you're not going to get much out of it. Let's do one more and see what we get. Green tea extract, that looks good. And on to the competition for green tea extract. Wow, that's a lot. Almost 70,000. So again, we found one that's even more competitive. So that's interesting. By doing a little bit of research here, we found that the easiest keyword to rank for that has good traffic would be green tea health benefits. So that would be one that I would target either a page or a blog post for right away. And as you can see here, if you do this for a couple of dozen keywords, you can simply come over here to this difficulty column and sort it. And you end up with this list of keywords that you can go after in order. And by doing this, as you build your authority, you're going to be going after more difficult keywords. So starting out, you'll be going after the ones that have lower volume, lower competition. But as you blog over time and your site builds authority, you'll be getting to keywords that are a little bit more competitive. And by that time, you should be able to compete with them. Now, I'm sure you can imagine that this can be a very tedious process. If you're looking at hundreds or even thousands of keywords, this can take a long time to do. However, this will save you countless hours on the back end of your SEO campaign because you'll have a clear view of the competitiveness for a given keyword. Now, the good news is there are a lot of tools out there that essentially do this process for you. I do think it's a good idea to do this manually a couple of times until you really start to learn it. But you can use some tools. Most of them cost money, but they are worth their weight in gold if you're doing a huge project. A couple of tools to look at are Word Trackers, Keyword Tool, and also SEO Moz. They've got a great competition tool over there. So the thing to do now is to open the Keyword Tool and open Google and a spreadsheet and get started. Throw in a keyword to the Keyword Tool, copy down the searches, competition, and make that simple formula and see what shows up.